I'm going to show you how to create a new account. Simply go to the Accounts tab. You'll notice that any accounts that are in the system will automatically populate here. But under Actions, you have Create an Account, View Accounts, Import Accounts. I'm going to choose Create an Account. This brings up the Account Edit menu, Edit and Add menu. To add an account, you simply go in and start typing in values. Please notice that anytime you have a red asterisk next to anything, it means it's a required field. So we're going to go in and put in a company name, and we're going to fill in very basic information as an address. When you put in a phone number, it's important you use proper phone number format, because at some point in time you may want the system to do auto dialing for you or allow you to simply click on the phone number and have it dial out through the system. By having the proper phone format, you can be assured that it will always populate properly and do that. We can select copy address from the left to populate the shipping address over here if it is the same, and now we can add email addresses. By adding an email address, you can also put in basic description information for that email address, and by hitting the plus button you can add additional email addresses. Notice that I've put a couple of different email addresses in here. This is not the place where you would want to put individual email addresses. This might be a company email address. Individual email addresses will be addressed under Contacts. You can also change the who is the primary email address on the account. You can select opted out if maybe you don't want mailers to go to this particular address, and you can make an address invalid by just checking the checkbox. As we scroll down, you can see that there's a more information section. This section is customizable, so if you need additional fields added to this, they can be added. If you need to change the values in drop-down lists, they can be changed. Fields can be added and or removed from here to make it easier for you to use. What is in here by default is type, and you can choose a type. Maybe this is a prospect, and you can put in annual revenue. Maybe they do 2.5 million in sales. You can put in an SIC code if you utilize SIC codes. Member of is a field that works great when you have parent-child relationships with companies. Maybe you have a corporate office you're dealing with and they have 10 subsidiaries. Well, you could list each subsidiary as a company in this system and create them as a company, and then you set up the parent company as well. And under each subsidiary you make them a member of the parent company. Campaigns are for email or newsletter campaigns, and we'll talk more about that in the future. But when you set up campaigns, you can choose to add them to different various campaigns in this field. Industry is once again another drop-down list, and we can edit that and choose any of the values that we want. I've chosen retail. Employees is often a very good field to have. You can choose to enter a number of how many employees this company has, or maybe even a range. Sometimes companies make this a drop-down list so that they recognize the general size of the business. Ticker symbol refers to their stock. Ownership might be, it's owned by Tom Jones, or the parent company is this. It's an open field for you to put in something about the ownership. And rating could be your own internal rating system as far as what kind of a customer you consider them, or how important they are from a priority standpoint. In the other section down below, it says assigned to, and by default the user that enters this account is going to be the assigned to user. But if you're entering the account for somebody else, you can simply go in and highlight that and start typing in a new name, and it will populate the value. To save the account, simply select Save. it populates now all the data, and now it's locked into place. And to view the accounts, simply select View Accounts, and now you'll see that the new company we added is in the system. Notice the first two companies that were added in the system didn't have proper formatting, and so they're not able to be automatically dialed with a dialer. This system, this number is automatically set up, and we're set up with Skype on this particular PC. And with Skype, this is allowing me to auto dial through Skype. If you have a dialer set up on your system, by doing the proper formatting, it will highlight it like this, make it a hot field that allows it to be chosen straight from here.